Yes then people, welcome back, and today I'm going to be taking you through my new workout program. This is going to be a three-parter. Firstly, I'm going to take you through my chest and back, then we're going to shoulders, arms, then legs. Today we will do chest and back A and chest and back B. How I like to split it is I will do one heavier day and one lighter day. You will see that I only have reps and not the amount of sets that I'm doing. And that is because at the start of my training cycle, I will be doing 3 sets per exercise, but as the weeks progress, I will be adding volume in on some of those exercises. So, for example, when I don't feel sore the next day or I feel that I could do more, I will take one of my lighter exercises and I will add an extra set to that. And then over the course of the 8-week mesocycle, I will add maybe 2 sets. So I would add no more than 2 sets and I will have no more than 5 sets for each exercise, but I just wanted to let you know that before, because the sets won't be included, because this will change week on week. Now we'll get on to the workout. First up, we're starting off with a flat dumbbell chest press. And you might ask, why dumbbell? Why not barbell? I just prefer dumbbell. I think you can get a better stretch and a better range of motion in your chest. I'm not against barbell, I will be doing barbell at some point, but just for this current split, I'm going to be focusing on dumbbells. And then next up, we have a weighted pull-up. As you will notice in this workout, my exercises go chest, back, and that is because I train a chest, then when I train a back, my chest is resting. I do this so I can actually get more out of the set, out of the next exercise. Weighted pull-ups is a great exercise for developing your back, and I just feel like whenever I have this in my program, I definitely progress more than not, so implement this one in. Next up, we have the dips, and dips are for your chest on this one, so I'm slightly leaning over and I'm going as deep as I can and making sure I'm pressing with my chest and not my triceps. If you just use your mind muscle connection and actually focus on a body part, you can and obviously moving your body a little bit, you can really change how you feel each movement. And then we have the high chest supported row. Now what you'll notice with this one is that I really lean over and lengthen my back as much as you can, and that is because once you're lengthening your muscles under load, that is a very big contributor to hypertrophy, and you want to be exaggerating range of motions with all your back movements as much as you can. So for any back movements in your training program, make sure to be using the fullest range of motion, even if it does mean lowering the weight a little bit. Then we have a lat pull over, another back exercise. On this day we have 3 back exercises, but on the other one we have 2, and this is just a bit more isolation works for my lats. You see how I have the bar here? Some people go cables. It doesn't really matter what one you use, as long as you can feel your muscle working, then just go with the one that best works for you. I prefer the bar, and make sure with this that you're driving back with your elbows and pulling them to the back of the room, because you will see a lot of people train their triceps because they'll be bending their arms, but as long as you keep your arms straight and really focus on pulling that back into your lats, then it is a great lat isolation movement, and pretty much one of the only lat isolation movements. And now we have a bicep curl, and I do have a shoulder and arm day, yes, however I want to build my arms on this current bulk, so I am putting a bicep and a tricep exercise in on my chest and back days, as well as having a designated arm day. Although on my designated arm day there's not that much volume, so I'll make up for it over the course of the week. And now on to the second workout, the lighter chest and back day. So I'll start off here with the incline Smith press. I like this because I feel that I can actually feel my chest moving a lot more than a normal bench press, and it's a lot easier to focus on contracting your chest. When you've got a bench, it's very easy sometimes to just go through the motions, just moving the weight, but I feel like here you can keep tension, and I definitely get a better mind muscle connection, and my pecs feel a lot more disrupted after the exercise. Then we're on to a lat pull down, and I'm using a bar but you can use any attachment you like. I did use the handles, neutral handles for a while, but really, if you like an attachment, go for that. I quite like the bar, haven't used it in a while, so I'm just using it for variation. Then we have chest flies, and with these, you want to really be stretching your chest as far as you possibly can, with a slight bend in your elbows, and really focusing on that peak contraction at the top. Chest flies can be done very incorrectly, but if you do them correct, then I think there's not really many best chest exercises for chasing that pump, which is really going to be a main contributor to hypertrophy, the blood in your muscles, metabolic damage. So I would definitely say to put at least one fly into your training program for your chest. As you can see, I had 3 presses and 1 fly. Well, the dips weren't necessarily a press, but pretty much press. And now we have another chest supported row. This one is a bit higher, a bit lower down. As you can see, all my back exercises are using different varieties of grips and different positions. The pull up was bicep and the lat pull down was wide. This is narrow and the row was high. That is because you just want to get as much variety in each training cycle as possible. So I would say definitely, if you don't already, change your grips and your movements so that they aren't too similar to each other on your back days. That goes for all days. Then we have a rear Delt Fly here. This is a chest supported, and this is really good. I've only been implementing this one for a short time, but I really feel the contraction in my rear delts, my traps. To be honest, I think this is my new favorite rear delt exercise, but make sure you're really slow on the eccentric phase. This one's really not about the weight that you're moving, it's more about how actually you can feel your muscles move. And then finally, we have a tricep exercise. We have the tricep push downs with 2 cables. I'm using 2 cables because it's just a bit more range of motion, and it allows me to exaggerate how much I can get out of my triceps. Opposed to just using 1 cable, you're quite limited, you're quite restricted. Using 2, if it's possible in your gym, I would definitely recommend it. Anyway, as always, just to wrap up, if you don't want to follow this exact program, when you're programming your chest and back stuff, make sure that your exercises aren't too similar to each other. You see, on one day I had flat press and dips. The next day I had incline press and flies. On my back I had pull-ups, pull downs, narrow rows, wide rows. So just make sure you get good variety in there. Use exercises that work for you. And finally, for your back, if you can, use chest supported stuff because it's really going to help you to improve that mind muscle connection and take some stress off your lower back. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. See you in the next one, which will be my shoulder and arm day.